This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
So the current unified heavyweight champion of the world, Andy Ruiz Jr, is of course set to defend his titles against Anthony Joshua on December the 7th in Saudi Arabia. And incidentally, for those of you who like stats and figures and useless information, this will be the third time that Anthony Joshua has walked to the ring before his opponent. First one was Dillian Whyte, second one Charles Martin, and now Andy Ruiz Jr. As I said, a bit of useless information, some people like that kind of stuff. Anyway, Andy Ruiz Jr, he believes that he knows what the tactics will be for Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua's tactics will be to win on points. He's going to move around, he's going to dance around, keep him at range, all that kind of stuff, and make a points decision. And this is what Andy Ruiz Jr had to say. He's going to try and win by points, especially if he's going to be running around. My job is to cut the ring, and that's exactly what we've been training for. I don't really worry about what he's going to do. You know, we have to worry about what we're doing. He has to train hard. I feel he has more pressure than I do. I just have to do what I do and just let my hands go and stay focused. Andy Ruiz Jr. statement. So first of all, is Andy Ruiz Jr. right? I have absolutely no idea, but I hope he's right. Because for me, this is what Anthony Joshua needs to do. Now, ultimately, Andy Ruiz Jr. could be saying this because this is the one thing that he doesn't want Joshua to do, which is use his attributes. His size, his strength, and his reach. He doesn't want him to use that. What he wants Joshua to do is do what he did in the first one, which is get in close and have a trade-off. Because when it comes with a trade-off, as much as Joshua hits a hell of a lot harder than Andy Ruiz Jr., it just takes that one little punch on the button and everything goes into a domino effect like what happened in the first fight. Andy Ruiz Jr., his hand speed is probably the fastest in the heavyweight division. Arguably, maybe a Kaunaki or Big Baby Jarrell Miller. Now, the reason I say that Joshua needs to do this is because when you look at Joshua when he took on Carlos Takam, when he took on Alexander Povetkin, and last time against Andy Ruiz Jr. What was it that Anthony Joshua done? He widened his stance and crouched down to their level. Joshua's 6'7", so he crouched down to their level, thus giving away all of his attributes. When you're wide-legged and you're crouching down, what's happening? You can't get in and out of range as quickly. So Joshua, he needs to do against the shorter guys what he done with Joseph Parker, which is keep him at range, use the jab, forget the knockout. Listen, if the knockout comes, if he manages to clip him, then of course, cool. But ultimately, make it boring. Just ensure of the victory. Make sure Andy Ruiz Jr. doesn't tag you. Now, it's not as easy as it sounds. Andy Ruiz Jr. is very, very fast. And as he says there, he does work a lot on cutting the ring off. This is what he does. He's used to fighting big guys. But Joshua needs to use his attributes, use his skills. Joshua can do this. He'd done this against Joseph Parker, as I said. But when he got tagged by Carlos Takam, when he got hit badly, really, by Alexander Povetkin, especially the first 2 rounds, maybe even 3 rounds, Povetkin was landing at will with the one attribute that Alexander Povetkin is dangerous with, which is the left hook. And somehow was managing to hit Joshua or just scraping by him. Joshua doesn't need to be playing with fire. He needs to keep him at length. Do a jab fest. Yes, us boxing fans, we want devastating knockouts. Of course, we would love to see Anthony Joshua land one on Andy Ruiz Jr. So Ruiz goes down and stays down. Of course we would. And I do believe that Anthony Joshua is going to win this fight. No matter how you look at it, I think either by knockout or on points. Well, of course, I mean, how else is he going to win it, right? But that's what I want him to do. I want him to stay in the safe zone. Keep on the outside. Just jab him. Every time Ruiz comes closer, use the jab. Push him away with the jab. And use the jab as a punishing weapon, not just a paw. Don't do what Tyson Fury does. Don't just flick the jab. Paw the jab. As in, put like a little bit of effort into it. Use the Lennox Lewis jab. Now, as I said, Andy Ruiz Jr., he could be saying this just so Joshua goes, well, that's what I was going to do, but now I'm not. So now I'm going to do the complete opposite to what you say. I hope you don't. And whatever the game plan is from Rob McCracken, Anthony Joshua's trainer, Joshua needs to implement that and stick to it. Don't go in for the knockout. Don't do anything for that. Just do what you've done against Parker. Yes, it's going to be boring. Yes, it's not going to be a highlight reel fight that people look back on and go, wow, what an epic fight. Who cares? The only important thing that Joshua needs to do is win those titles back. He's got an opportunity here to become a 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, and thus becoming in a very, very small bracket of heavyweights to have achieved that. He's taken a loss. Big deal. Everyone takes a loss. And the reason that he's taken a loss is because he takes step-up fight after step-up fight after step-up fight. And yes, there are plenty of reasons as to why maybe he lost that fight. But whatever the real reason is, as long as Joshua knows, as long as Rob McCracken knows, and they can implement or don't put that mistake into the rematch, he should win. But maybe Andy Ruiz Jr. is just all wrong for Joshua. Everybody has their boogeyman. Everybody has that one fighter out there that it don't matter what they do, they just can't beat them. But they could probably beat those who could beat that guy. For example, Joshua, he defeated Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker defeated Andy Ruiz Jr. So Joshua, in my opinion, does need to do exactly what it is that Andy Ruiz Jr. said there, which is keep it at range. If he gets in close and he allows Andy Ruiz Jr. to find his range, which he shouldn't be able to, but if he does, then Joshua's just going to be pinged around the ring again. As would any tall heavyweight. Because when you've got somebody short that's in on the inside, you can't get them off you. And that's what happened in the first fight. And that's what Joshua needs to do to avoid defeat in the rematch. Anyway, listen, that's just my thoughts on it, of course. And maybe you guys have got your own train of thought as to how Anthony Joshua should do it. Do you think maybe he should just go for the knockout and just put it on him? Drop your thoughts below about it. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.